Welcome, guys. Thank you for smashing the thumbs up button as you guys enter the live stream. Let's do a sound check. If you have earbuds in, if you're driving, operating heavy machinery, don't be having it loud because I might be hitting the bell. Well, no, I am going to be hitting the bell. Let me not gaslight myself. Anything not of the light or the divine plan is no longer welcome here and must leave immediately, calling upon my angels, my ancestors, only of the highest white light, and Archangel Michael as I calibrate to the energy of the collective. No weapons formed against me shall prosper. Amen. Bestie, it's been a long day. It's been a long day, and I haven't gone live in a bit, but I was channeling some messages for Patreon, and then I was going over something that you guys needed to hear, and it was similar to what I filmed already for Patreon. So if you guys are looking for the Not Your Average Love reading, that has been posted ad-free. Everything on Patreon is ad-free, and you guys get 4 messages monthly that are exclusive to Patreon. You guys get bonus messages that are exclusive to Patreon. And yeah. Okay. It's okay to be wondering what the is going on. And I want to get into that because I started understanding the message when I was channeling it before. And sometimes it takes me a time or 3 to really understand what spirit is trying to tell me, depending on the day. And because it's been a rough week, I'm like, okay, I kind of get it now, and I can easier put it into words. Sometimes when I'm first channeling something new, it's hard for me to decipher, or, you guys get it. Thank you, Eva, or Eva. The Draconic Priestess is here. Hi, girl. Hey, girl, hey. One of my A1 day ones. Oh my gosh, I love her. So, I appreciate all of you guys being here. Whoever I'm speaking to, I know you're wondering, like, what the F is going on. So I want to talk about what is going on for the collective, or my perspective, and why your presence is needed in this world. Whoever I'm speaking to, you guys have been going through it. Okay? Through it, underneath it, just all up in it, in the thick of it. And I feel like the collective in general is not realizing that we do not have to have everything figured out right now. Okay? We do not have to have every single thing figured out just because it is a new year. There's too many transit and there's too much effery in the air for us to even really know, because we are really starting a new era. You guys could be feeling over emotional, trying to get rid of all kinds of emotional baggage. The shadow work is relentless. Every time you're in the room with somebody, you are being taught a lesson. You might be really freaking flipping annoyed. You feeling me? Are you picking up what I'm putting down? You guys are starting to see that. Oh, thank you so much. I freaking love you. I love you. I love you. I love you. This is where I find my comfort. That means a lot to me. I know I have a lot of new subscribers. If you guys are new here, I've been on YouTube, I think, for 4 years. And I started my channel after my spiritual awakening, and I lost everything during my spiritual awakening. And I lost family members. I lost dogs. I had to grieve a lot. I had to go zero contact with my family. I was homeless for a little bit. I just had to start over, and it catapulted me into my spiritual awakening and my channel. And this was the best thing that came out of all of that pain. I'm not going to cry. But if you guys are new here, I am your bestie on the internet. Duh. I am your favorite YouTuber. I am your cosmic cheerleader. I am your spiritual advisor, your fairy godmother. I'm all the things. So grab whatever you be sipping on, and snacking on, because I'm going in. Okay. I'm very grateful for you guys seeking comfort here. I've been going through a lot and I've been trying not to talk about it on here, but I'm going to kind of touch base. I'm going to try to touch base on something that relates to this message without crying. So if you see me like pausing, it's because I'm trying not to cry. Okay? I think we all need to keep each other in our thoughts and prayers because I feel like we're internalizing more than we let on. What you guys are starting to understand is as you're working through these shadow aspects, you are tired, you are weary, you're like, when is it gonna freaking end? It's never ending. And we're going through like a big junk removal. There's a lot of toxins that gotta get picked up out of here. This is like having that old furniture in the house and you're like, oh my gosh, I gotta freaking get rid of this. Kind of being excited that you've got new furniture coming, but you know, you have sentimental attachments to, you know, the old furniture. And so you gotta call junk removal to come pick that ish up from the curb. There are certain shadow aspects that we are like, I don't really want to let go of that just yet. Whether it makes us petty, angry, crazy, emotional, combative, whatever, we might not want to let go of some of these things, but we are seeing that we have to. Bestie, do not be so hard on yourself if you are going kicking and screaming. Okay? If you are a chronic complainer right now and you are letting anybody be the audience of that chronic complaining, if you are the perfectionist in training and you are just trying to let go of dissecting every little thing and being a mad scientist when it comes to every little thing that you do, you are understood here. Okay? I have been going through a lot of issues the past 3 months. And I haven't been saying much about it because I try to stay positive and optimistic, but there's so much that I've been going through that like I don't know how I film or channel messages some days because it's just hard. So I think we all need to hold space for one another, pray for one another, because it is okay if you do not have it freaking figured out. If you guys are going through health issues, if you guys are going through relationship, work issues, it is okay if it is still getting sorted. Okay? It is okay if it is still getting sorted. I try to be really careful with the information that I share because the trolls, the chucholinis, the whole demons, the house, they'll think, oh my gosh, it's working. It's like, nah, bitch, sit the fuck down. Whatever you think is working is not working. We are getting ready for evolution, a revolution, and we are about to come out of the gates swinging. Will some of it come in spurts? Yes. But do not give your enemies the satisfaction that it is because of them. It is not. This is divine intervention at its fullest capacity, and we're about to be a little bit crazy, the whole Grim Reaper too, so they really need to take several freaking seats. Okay? Because we don't acknowledge them at all. They're irrelevant. But I'm still a very like private person, very protective of my household, my family, my relationships that I hold near and dear. And I've learned those hard lessons through having a social media platform. So I don't say that to like not share, but I've been going through some issues that just like haven't been going away. And it's like no matter what I do, no matter how hard I try, it's just not going away. So if you guys are really frustrated, you're seeing shadow aspects that you don't want to deal with. For me, for instance, when I'm going through something, I will throw everything at it but the kitchen sink. I'm like, I don't have time for this. There's no freaking way I have time for this. Like, we need to be done with this. Like, if I have the flu, I'm like, What time is it? We need to be done with this flu in like 2 to 3 days. Let's take some Mucinex. Let's be on our way. Let's take some emergency. Like, we don't have time. I don't have time. A lot of you guys know that I run 3 platforms. I also bartend on the side, and I have a family. I'm not just like, you know, I'm not just an influencer. I got a lot of things going on. And so when things happen, I can't really like slow the train down, even though I need to. So it has been kicking my behind. I literally had the flu 3 times in the last 3 months. I've been exhausted. I've been pushing through, trying to be as positive as I can because, you know, this is like a light in my life, getting to talk with you guys, getting to be a part of this collective, this community. It is everything to me. But at the same time, I have to keep it a buck with you guys, and I have to keep it 1,000 that like what I've been going through, it ain't going away. Okay, it ain't going away anytime soon. God is making me slowly work through things because when I have issues going on, I rush through them. I'm like, let's put a band-aid on this. Okay. I just want to put out all the fires. I want to resolve. And in my sobriety and doing what I do for the collective, it's really hard on me when I can't just fix it. It's really hard on me when I can't just like, be okay and say that like everything's good. So I want you guys to also understand another thing, and this is really, really important. So please, 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 if you don't hear anything else really in this message, okay, please hear this part. You do not have to be higher than the freaking clouds in the sky to manifest your heart's desires. This is the ultimate cheat code, okay? You do not always have to be higher than the freaking clouds, vibrating to the freaking moon to get what you want. Now, do we practice that here? Yes. But we're not doing toxic positivity. So let's say, for instance, a spiritual awakening. A lot of us, we go through the dirt, the grit, the grime. It's not usually a great time for most of us because we're coming to a lot of realizations that are very painful, like, hey, I don't resonate with these things anymore, and like, are people going to think that I'm weird and now I'm spiritual and I'm this and I'm that? We are going back to stage one of our spiritual awakening, okay? And all of this pain that's been upsetting that just like won't go away, now that I'm channeling this message, it's reminding me of that. When I went through my spiritual awakening, it happened in January, right? But it was January, February, March, and April. It was the longest 4 months of my life. And I mean, anything that could happen that was awful, bad, terrible, it was all happening at once. And so I feel like that right now. Now, it's not like so bad on that scale because I feel like I'm more equipped. I have more tools in my tool belt to deal with said issues. But at the same time, there's still this shadow aspect of me wanting to rush through the pain and just fix it. God is showing me where I can't do that anymore. Where I have to sit down, where I have to rest, where I have to stop what I'm doing, where I have to do less. It kills me. It literally, like, what do you mean less? Like, less is not in my vocabulary. But I want you guys to understand that you can still manifest things from a state of pain. Okay? We can still get things even when things are crappy. One of my favorite content creators, Leo, he was telling he did a video about cheat codes, and some of you guys might be familiar with his content. He has a YouTube channel. Oh, I should have tagged it. I should have shared it, but I forgot. And he has a YouTube channel and he has a podcast, and he's this, I want to say he's Italian. I don't know if he's Italian, but I believe he's like Italian nurse, lives in Florida, big like muscles, always wearing a black tank top, very sassy. Let me know if you guys know who I'm talking about in the comments. Type yes if you know who I'm talking about. But he basically did a video on cheat codes for manifesting. When manifesting isn't, I know what it's called. Okay, the title of the video is When Manifesting Isn't Working, Cheat. Okay. When that isn't working for you, just cheat. And I was like, huh, what is this about? Basically what he was saying, we'll do like a little Cliff's Notes version. Stevie Nicks, when she was in her band, one of the best albums that they ever made that was at the top of the charts and in the Hall of Fame. Okay, I believe that she's one of the only women in the Hall of Fame. Somebody correct me if I'm wrong, but I'm just quoting his video. And he said, when they made this album, she had been dating a band member and they were going through a breakup, another band member and their person, like they were all dating each other and they were all in the middle of a breakup. And for a very long period of time, I don't know if it was a year, maybe even longer than that, but I think a year straight, they had to be in the studio together creating this music that is now iconic, timeless, and popular. So think about that. That's coming from a lot of pain. Imagine if, and this is what I'm quoting him again, imagine if you had a band and you are breaking up with your person that's also in the band, and your bestie is breaking up with her person that's also in the band. And you guys are trying to get through this pain, so you're writing music, but it's all about each other and the breakup and the pain. You know, like very Taylor Swift like. You're writing this music like, I knew you were trouble when you walked in. I can't think of all of her songs right now, but you guys know where I'm going with that. Imagine having to sing the other person's song in the studio. That does not sound like a good time. So when I was going through my spiritual awakening, I was like, this is some never-ending muck that I'm over it. I would like to be done. I would like to tap out now. I would like to clock out. But my channel came out of that. My channel came out of that. That 4 months of hell, okay, came, just so much weight lifted off of my life. I walked away from my toxic family. I released so many people. I got rid of crappy friends. I got rid of crappy family members. I moved. I learned a lot about myself, and I started my channel with nothing, with literally nothing. And the fact that we're about to hit 100K subscribers, like, I know I'm going to cry. I know I'm going to cry. But you really worried, like, why isn't this ick or this pain going away, or why is it coming in spurts? A lot of the collective is going through this right now, but we are internalizing it. Now, if you know this isn't your message, don't claim it as yours, but this is for those of you that are like, what the F is going on? Like, normally I can fix it, and it's not getting fixed. It's because we cannot rush through this process, even if we wanted to, if we are not doing it correctly. So, for instance, my doctor gave me specific orders, like, you cannot be doing this, you cannot be stressing out, you cannot be overworking yourself, and I'm like, yeah, I'm still going to be doing all those things, but I'll be telling you that I'm not doing those things. And so I tried that for like the first couple of weeks, like still doing it my way. And that ish knocked me on my ass, and I got I got sick for the second time. Now, there's still a third time that I got sick, but I got sick for a second time. I was out over the holidays, over Christmas, and it was terrible. So I was like, okay, maybe I do need to do it that way. So now I'm very mindful of when I'm stressing, when I'm wound up. I'm a very wound up type of person. I'm very high strung, and I'm having to learn how to breathe and how to calm down. And, you know, I'm very over emotional, and I'm trying to, you know, just stay grounded. And that's hard for me to do continuously. I'm not perfect. I'm not going to pretend that I'm good at that, especially when I'm being told what to do or I'm being given guidelines and I'm the type of person that after being in toxic relationships, abusive relationships, being abused by my family, I'm like, I'm going to do what I want and I don't care. A lot of the times, I get myself into trouble. Okay? So just take it from me to probably not be doing all of that. You feel me? I get myself into a lot of trouble when I have too much freedom. Okay? If you guys are the same, I want you guys to drop a butterfly down below because we are transforming. We are getting ready to transform. It is okay if you know that you're not perfect and you got to work through it. Yeah, stress can give you all types of issues. So everyone's body is different. Let me give you guys some examples. Stress can make you pre-diabetic. Okay? Stress can give you a stroke, an ulcer, a heart attack. It can give you freaking agita. It can make you crazy. So each and every one of us are seeing where certain shadow aspects do not serve us. In my case, I am being shown where stress and trying to put a band-aid on things and calling it a day or trying to over supplement things is showing me where I'm still dealing with addiction tendencies. Okay, I'm not trying to trigger anyone, but when I was an addict, I was just like, oh, I'm just going to do everything because I don't freaking care. I had a very high tolerance and threshold for things I shouldn't be doing. So I still have that tendency that I have to work through when I'm not feeling well because I'm getting to a point where my body cannot handle it the same. Are you picking up what I'm putting down? As you get older, the same things you used to throw at yourself to like make it better won't necessarily make it better. And that's what we are being shown right now through this divine intervention. Your presence is needed in this world, and you are just starting to really understand what that means. It doesn't matter if you are a barista, if you are just starting a YouTube channel. It doesn't matter if you've been in the game a long time. Whatever work arena you are in, you are needed in this world. This week, specifically, as you are coming out of this rut, your bones are tired, you know you need restoration, you know these old habits and shadow aspects are dying hard. They just want to keep going. They're like the germs that just want to keep kicking, and we're like, get out of here with that. And we are having to see like, okay, well, that's not working for me, so I need to stop. But specifically this week, you're going to see people telling you how much they need you. Whenever I channel this type of message, it always follows with people are going to be complimenting you more than ever. I want you guys to take a moment and embrace it and marinate in it. Affirm it below. I will be celebrated. We're not even going to say this week. In general, you will be celebrated. But specifically this week, you will be celebrated, okay? So you're going to be noticing that people are going to be stopping you and saying, hey, I love that you do this. You're so good at your job. I really appreciate the love and the care that you put into this. People are going to be complimenting your best aspects. And I want you guys to really focus on the fact that you are perfect just the way that you are. But it's okay that you don't have everything figured out right now. Yes, you are celebrated. So it is okay to be like, what the frick is going on? Anyone really pretending like out of the gate of January this year, like they know the who, the what, the where, and the when. Because even the transits this year are going to make us assume the position. We're going to go through a Venus retrograde this year. Oh my gosh, I can't. I learned very valuable lessons the last Venus retrograde. I tried to gaslight myself and trick myself into like, oh, I'm going to do this and I'm going to do that. And people probably would have thought I had a midlife freaking crisis because when I was done, I was like, oh, that was Venus retrograde. Stargirl told me not to do none of that stuff and I did it anyways. Like, she told me not to do any of that stuff, and I did it anyways. So you guys are going to be seeing Not only are you needed in this world, but you've been harshly assessing yourself. We have to add more time into the equation of healing, of things getting better, of how we mend. There is no quick fix for this, okay? There is no quick fix. Hi, Tasha's Intuitive. Hi, Lord Key. Hi, Elmer. There is no quick fix, and that is what you are seeing. Like, okay, well, I thought I could just, skedaddle through this lesson, and I really can't. You guys have been holding it together. So kind of like what I've been doing. I've been pushing past the pain, and Spirit is telling me like, hey, you can't be doing that all the time. So I've had to slow down more than ever. That is so hard for me to do because God is making me work through the fact that I am a workaholic. God is making me work through the fact that when I am sick and I'm not doing well, I will throw everything and the kitchen sink at it. God is making me work through patience and putting myself first, which is all of those things are, if I'm being transparent, are very hard things for me to do because I'm like, I want to be out here with a magic wand. Like, I got to help people and I got to give them, I got to gas them up. And God's like, you need to park your ass. That's what you need to do. And if I don't do that, how I'm being told, I know the tower will be not far behind this cosmic intervention. So if you guys knew what your New Year's resolutions were and you haven't started them yet, if you did start your New Year's resolutions and then you gave up a couple days later, it is okay. You are seen here. If you are still in that toxic relationship, if you are still at that toxic job, if you are still dealing with those toxic family members, if you still haven't moved out of your parents' house, you are seen here, okay? You are seen here. Don't let anybody make you feel like, oh my gosh, you still live at your parents' house? Oh my gosh, you're still talking to them? It takes time. These are genuine wounds. And things that you worry about, that you fear. You guys could be dealing with a lot of anxiety, feeling highly irritable. Like for me right now, I'm trying to go without caffeine. And I feel like for the most part, I've been doing okay with it. But when I'm trying to push through and I'm not feeling my best, that is really hard. So we are being tested right now because we need longevity. We need to be able to sustain the things that God wants for us. You are not a regular schmegular empath. You are an earth angel. You are going to have a legacy. People need you in this world. I got some charms out for you guys. I got the wishbone twice. The initials I got for you guys is B, W, I, E, and V. I got the teapot. I got 3 sand buckets. I got the beach hat. I got a bunch of different lollipops, pineapples. I got the Grim Reaper, 2 butterflies. I got the ghost face from Scream. But I got a lot about royalty and treating yourself. You are going to become the empress. All of this strain and frustration is to show you, oh my gosh, bestie, you are so beautiful, just the way you are. Prepare to be showered with compliments this week. You will be celebrated. You're going to be thinking, oh my gosh, I didn't even get ready today. Or I just, I haven't been at work in a couple of days. You are still seen and your presence is still felt and your absence is still felt. I got Bart Simpson, Just Ride. Okay? And when people look at you crazy, at least you're on a path. Riddle me what? Okay, just ride. At least I'm on a path. We got Garfield, Stay Rad. Too rad to be sad. Love me, feed me, never leave me. Okay, love me, feed me, never leave me. Some of you guys like The Simpsons, and some of you guys like Garfield and Friends, or grew up watching this. Put Bart in the comments if you grew up watching The Simpsons and you love that show, and put Garfield in the comments if you like Garfield and Friends. That is how you are going to start acting, in a very roundabout way. At least I'm on a freaking path. I need to stop being hard on myself. Love me, feed me, never leave me. Okay, this is about you guys being vulnerable. I am needed, but I also need others. I need help. I need to be transparent. I need to come out of this hermit mode. I need to get this off of my chest. I need people to take things off of my mother effing plate. Whatever it is. Yes, Garfield and The Simpsons. I love it. I was like, oh my gosh, stop. Judgment is here. This was your guys' first card out. Do you see this? This spiritual death that you guys are going through, it's very similar to your spiritual awakening. You are about to rise as version 2.0, but it's taking time. I feel like for most of the collective, it's going to take 3 months. And for some, it's going to take 4. Okay, I'm going to say that again. For some, it's going to take 3, or for most. And then for others, it's going to take 4. So you guys let me know if you've already started this path and you're like, yeah, it's happening. Okay, if it's happening and you've already started counting the months, you're like, when is this going to end? I want you to affirm below, it's happening, because you are going to be resurrected. Prepare to be resuscitated. But you guys are feeling rusty, dusty, tired, like, ugh, these darn habits, they die hard. And that is okay. The harder we work through those, like really genuinely work through those. Thank you guys for participating. Thank you, Misty. Abundance says, honestly, I am exhausted. Yeah, it is okay. I know you guys are going to see like other influencers like dancing and prancing around and doing all these things. F them, okay? F them. You are on a different trajectory. I never say that word right. You're on a different path, okay? You guys are on a different path. And what they're doing, this fake, everything's good over here, it's not going to last. You will stand the test of time. This is what God is showing us right now. You're going to stand the test of time. You're not just here for a good time. You're going to be here for a long time. I feel like that was a part of my path with getting sober. If you told me earlier in life that I was going to be sober, I would have freaking fell out of my chair laughing at you like, never. Not me. I had so many things that I wanted to numb. I just did not want to feel. And I got to a point where I was getting into so much trouble that God put me in jail a time or 5 and said, well, until you figure out what you really want to do, you can just sit here. And we've been through the school of hard knocks. We ain't trying to go back there. So we are learning how to slow our roll and not just throw things at an issue, but actually having to work through it. Okay? Within a few days, a lot of this strain is going to be alleviated. For some of you guys, it's going to be because you told some people what was going on and you felt better, like, telling them, like, I'm not okay. For some of you guys, it might be planning an exit strategy. It's okay if you're like, oh, I really want to leave that toxic job, but I haven't left yet. I feel like we still got some wiggle room, okay? Not saying that we have forever to deal with said issues, but we do have a certain amount of time before that tower is going to come sneaking in. You guys are evaluating your options right now. So you are really trying to get things organized while you evaluate your options. You've been feeling really uncertain about the future, about being an empath, about being an influencer, whatever it is that your role is, you guys have maybe been feeling uncertain about these roles that you play, or that you lead in. We are being asked to give ourselves grace, and I know I say this a lot, but I really freaking mean it today, okay? We are being told that we really need to give ourselves grace because we're tired. Like, and it's okay to admit that we're tired. I used to be like, I'm the Energizer Bunny, like nothing can, no, I'm tired, you guys. I'm tired. And the reason why my schedule's been changing, and I'm just here, there, or wherever, is because I'm going through issues that I have to work out, and that I have to work through, and I have to slow down. I don't have a choice. Okay, I don't have a choice. I have to slow my roll. Within a few days, you will be grateful for the authenticity that you have shared, the vulnerability that you have shared. There are parts of your soul that, like, people just can't even live without. You are needed in this world. I want you to affirm it below. I am needed in this world. My presence is needed in this world. I have authenticity is sweet. I used to be a thing. I'm a person now. Okay? You are not going to... You're seeing your potential, and now it's time to understand why you are needed. Maybe it makes you feel uncomfortable. Maybe you were trying to downplay the fact that you were needed. But God is going to be putting it on your heart that, hey, all of these people are complimenting me, people that maybe never really say anything to you. Maybe customers, clients, patrons that never really say anything are going to be telling you how much they care and how much they need you. And we need to see that right now and really appreciate it. Your perspective is shifting to knowing that you're more royal. If you were royal, would you have to be, zipping around and rushing around and doing? No, people will be doing things for you, lifting fingers and putting in a helping hand for you. And I'm getting a lot about the crown that you are about to be rocking within a few days. Within a few days, you are going to accept that this crown is yours. It reminds me of like Queen Elizabeth. Who watches The Crown on Netflix? Okay, who loves the royal family? You guys let me know in the comments. This is like Queen Elizabeth when she was young, first becoming queen and being like, oh my gosh, this freaking crown is heavy. Let me practice with it. And so she's like, can I borrow this crown? They're like, who are you borrowing it from? This crown is yours. But really though, who are you going to borrow the crown from? They're like, ma'am, it's yours. So this is you understanding. You don't need to borrow it from anybody. It's yours. It's not going anywhere. So heavy lies the crown. There is the actual weight of the crown, and then there's the spiritual responsibility of that crown. You are starting to understand both. Okay? You're going to not put so much pressure on yourself because you are already loved. Without doing the most, you are already loved. People remember you for your generosity, for your loyalty, your protection, your humor, your wit, and how you, most of all, alleviate the suffering of others. Each and every one of you in your own gifted way, alleviate the suffering of others. Whether you are in customer service, the music industry, whether you are an influencer, whatever it is that you guys do, you are stepping into your sovereignty and realizing that you do have a royal contract. Okay? You are moving through your cosmic blueprint, but you have a royal contract. And you're going to start understanding, kind of like the crown. Yeah, you're watching the beginning of The Crown. It's really good. Yeah, it's really good. If you guys need a show to watch, Hi Fury World. If you guys are looking for, thank you, Priestess. If you guys are looking for a good show to watch, The Crown is good. And but you guys know I love like Game of Thrones, House of the Dragon. I love seeing all of like my favorite shows with the same actors. Like, I love it, love it, love it. I love the way that they actors are different in the UK. I feel like their method of acting, and I just, oh my gosh, I just live for it. I'm a Leo, so I'm very theatrical, and I'm like, wow, it's just amazing. And I feel like a lot of us here really appreciate film and can channel messages that way. But whoever I'm speaking to, you are starting to see like, okay, I do have a royal contract that I need to fulfill, and I need to take that seriously, and I can't do that if I'm like tired and, you know, thank you, Jazz. So I have an example. Winston Churchill, okay, him and another guy, they tried to hide from Queen Elizabeth that they were sick. They tried to hide the fact that they had a stroke. They were hiding surgeries, all types of things that they were hiding from her. It's just not good to try to hide things. So that's another thing that we're learning. It's okay to say like, hey, I'm not okay. Maybe we are very competitive or passion driven. So we're like, well, I can't just be out. We could have fear of missing out. And I feel like that was a lot for Winston Churchill too, was he was known as doing so many good things that he didn't want to be pushed aside for a younger man. You feel me? So he was hiding the fact that he had his first stroke, and he was hiding the fact that he had his second stroke. And it was like, wait, what? So you are learning the rules of the game. The game where you are royal. You feel me? You are learning the rules of the game and the fact that you were royal. It reminds me of when Queen Elizabeth is crowned and they're putting the oil like on her head and on her chest, how like serious it is, because she feels, and in her family and the generations before, that they are being anointed by God. They take it very seriously. How are we, if we don't properly take care of ourselves, even going to be able to enjoy that or be that for others, and let alone ourselves, if we are like, oh, I'm not sick, let me hide it, which I be doing that. I'm the first one to say that I'm guilty of doing that. So yeah, you guys are seeing that you are anointed. Anointed. I have the crown, the wishbone twice, 2 butterflies. You are transforming like never before. This transformation is going to knock your freaking socks off. I have the Grim Reaper, the rocking horse, the glass slipper, the key, the dragon. I have another crown, the nutcracker, the well. It's all symbolic of rags to riches, from the pit to the palace, and how we view ourselves. Yes, the dragon. I love the dragon. I love it. I love dragons. I have dragons all over my home. Okay. So you are declaring, like, okay, I want to learn the rules of this game. I'm ready. We are getting ready for a different level, but actually wanting to understand the rules of that level. Like, okay, well, if we're going to put on this crown and be anointed, what might we need to know? Your education, much like Queen Elizabeth's, is different than maybe your peers. Okay? They're concerned about maybe worldly things or just different things, and you're educating yourself in a different way. You're about to be very proud of that. Proud of the fact that you learn about manifestation or quantum jumping or leaping and whatever you guys are learning about. You are giving yourself a very special education that you deserve, that is tailored for you. So I have almost there. Patience is bitter, but the fruit is sweet. Okay? Patience is bitter. Well, I'm hearing an airplane. Patience is bitter, but the fruit is sweet. Then I have a quote by Audrey Hepburn. Sow kindness, reap love. To plant a garden is to believe in tomorrow. Okay. Why would we plant something if we didn't think we were going to be here tomorrow? I mean, I guess that's a good point. Why would we plant these seeds if, we weren't going to take care of ourselves to tend to this garden, this cosmic blueprint, this royal contract? Then we have Find Your Music. This is a quote by Sade. Move in space with maximum waste and let me read this again. Move in space with minimum waste and maximum joy. Okay, move in space with minimum waste and maximum joy. We are starting to see where we don't want to waste a minute. Your luck is about to change. You've been doing things alone. Okay, some of us don't like admitting that. I'm that way. If I'm suffering, I want to suffer alone. I don't want to make other people feel bad for me or drag them into my mess. I hate feeling like I'm weak or I can't, take everything on. And that is a part of my ego that I have to shed. Like, okay, I can't have the cape on all the freaking time. You feel me? You are seeing where it will be easier to be a team, easier to unburden yourself. You are learning things through that you've held on to. You are moving through things that are from your past, okay? You're moving through past habits that you've brought into the future, if that makes sense, or you've brought into today. You are getting rid of habits that are long overdue. So don't think it all needs to be healed in a day. Okay? It doesn't all need to be healed today. You have been enduring in silence. And again, I keep getting old habits die hard. Moving through these family patterns and what has been tied to us genetically. So there's a lot of honesty you're going to put on the table. Knowing that you're the table, knowing what you bring to the table, but being honest, like, hey, sometimes I don't feel like the smartest person in the room, or sometimes I don't feel like I got it going on, or whatever you're saying is going to help you smile a little bit more. I'm getting a lot about you guys needing to smile. I got it 3 times in your charms that we are needing to unburden ourselves with the truth, whatever that truth is for you. So we have the Judgment, Wheel of Fortune, Justice, the Star, the Knight of Cups, and the Lovers. And your bottom of the deck was the Ace of Swords. You know that there's a breakthrough coming. You know that there is. Okay? You attract everything. Crazies, Looney Tunes, dragons, light workers. You attract the light and the dark. But you're going to start making the dark bend to your will. You are changing who you are affiliated with. You are changing your allies. Instead of you being moved around like a piece on the board, you will start to delegate and move people around. Okay? My people pleasers in recovery, hope is on the horizon. So you're going to be, and this is something I got on Patreon. There are certain habits that make your anxiety worse or make you feel irritated or upset, certain repetitive things that we do. You guys are really going to be looking at that. Okay, and then I wanted to, I know I wrote down some of your, where did I put it? Okay. You guys are working towards feeling more childlike while accepting this responsibility, this royal duty. Because this is why people love you. And this is why your presence is so important in this world. Because you turn lemons into magic. into legacies, into other people can do it too. You guys give people hope in that way. So if you don't normally make time for a whole bunch of love, you're going to be making time for love. If you have been having a hard time expressing yourself, you're going to take a step back so you can better express yourself. You've been feeling maybe oversensitive, and now it's time to be more compassionate, romantic, knowing that you're intuitive, charming, expressive. But I know that we've been hard on ourselves and feeling like, okay, I'm a daydreamer and I can't just always be a daydreamer. Or maybe some of the things I like is superficial. Maybe you're admitting to yourself where you're easily swayed, where we can sometimes ourselves be manipulative. We are, in fact, calling ourselves out. You guys could also be meeting a new romantic interest and getting into new artistic endeavors. Or you could be making a very passionate declaration of love. Like, okay, I know I've been not affectionate or not caring, but I do freaking care. You're going to be showing up for you and others where you do care and they think that maybe you don't. Okay? You are going to be embracing your emotions. Part of your personal growth is that you will be embracing your emotions and allowing yourself to be vulnerable and expressing your needs openly. This is hard when we don't trust people. Expressing our needs openly. We're like, especially if we feel like people are already upset with us or disappointed in us. Like if I express, then I'm complaining. So you need to allow yourself to be vulnerable and embrace those emotions like, hey, I'm not okay. I am going through some stuff. I do need to figure it out. I don't know how I'm going to navigate it. Can you help me maybe here or here? But I do see you guys, if you don't normally focus on love, really bringing that closer to you. Like Garfield said, love me, feed me, never leave me. Maybe we've been realizing that we've been kind of, shitty towards some people that we love. And we gotta, go make amends and say, hey, I'm so sorry. Me being upset about this over here does not equal your value. And remember, when other people are being mean or upset after you, kind of called them out or told them a little bit about themselves, because you guys can read people to filth. Whatever they say after the fact has nothing to do with your value, your actual value, and your worth. Okay? I was watching this show, The Empress, on Netflix. And her mom is like, no one's ever going to want to marry you. I'm like, I'm sure we've heard that before. Wherever people have told you, you're never going to have that, sweetie. No one's ever going to want that. Or you. They do. And if they didn't, those people wouldn't be working so hard to tell you all of that. You feel me? If they weren't so worried about who needed your presence, they wouldn't say, oh, nobody's ever going to want you. Okay, part of that's their insecurity. And they are scared that you being just you is going to be appreciated, is going to be sought after. Okay? And yeah, let's see what else we get for you guys. There's a lot that you're unpacking right now. I also got, you guys are shifting things with coffee or caffeine. You're eating a lot of veggies. Maybe you guys are eating more spices or lemon. Maybe you guys are drinking lemon water. Something that's really good for the digestive system. Okay, in the morning, if you want to kickstart it, if you want to jumpstart it. Now, everyone has a different thing. Some people like matcha in the morning or a shot of espresso. But before you do all of those things, you guys could do like a shot of water, lemon, and cayenne pepper. That's really good for your metabolism. And it kind of gets your blood like hot. So as you're running around, you feel a little bit warmer, but it's also helping you burn more calories. You might see some of your favorite fitness people drinking something like that in the morning, lemon water with cayenne pepper. I've seen two of my favorite influencers doing that, and I'm like, that'll never be me. And then I was like, okay, I'll try it. And now I actually like it. So that's something that you guys could do on an empty stomach, is just drink like a little bit of water in the morning, and it's just going to kickstart everything for you. Maybe that's something you need when you're older, but you guys let me know in the comments. Some of you guys could be drinking lemon water, because remember, I have the lemon here for you guys. So it's a big confirmation that not only do you turn lemons into other things, but you're going to start using maybe lemons for your health. Cayenne is good in coffee. Yeah, I've been putting it on everything. I've been putting it on everything. Okay, we have Leo in the 9th house. Your spiritual beliefs are also shifting. You're going through an evolution in how you see your spirituality and maybe what you thought it had to be, and getting back to that childlike innocence of, oh my gosh, I remember when it was fun, and I remember when I was like curious and it was like all new to me. You are maybe not putting so much pressure on yourself to be a certain way. A lot of your views are shifting. You've also been adding lemon to water all week. Yes, I know, I've been doing that this week too, and that's not something I normally do. So if you guys have been dealing with stomach issues or even just bloating, now this is something that a lot of people in the United States could deal with, is bloating and inflammation. So if you guys feel like bloating and inflammation is something that you deal with, lemon water is going to be your best friend. Now, I feel like I'm like late to that part of your train, but I just wanted to do something different because of the type of water that I drink. And I was like, oh my gosh, this actually tastes really good. And I feel like you guys will definitely notice a difference. Yes, teas can help you guys. Ginger. Okay. Let's see. If you guys have been, what I'm getting with the dice is, if you guys have been wanting your household to be a certain way, you will get it there. You will get it there. You feel me? There is, how do I say this? Maybe you like your household ran a certain way, and maybe you feel like you haven't been doing a great job at communicating that. Maybe you guys have roommates and boundaries are really hard. I'm seeing you guys really put your foot down. That was another message I was getting on Patreon, is you guys are really going to be putting your foot down with like, I'm done with that. Don't be doing that. I don't want to hear it. I don't care. Good for you. Congratulations. Congratulations on your home. Okay, we have the moon. Now, if you guys missed the beginning of this live stream, you need to go back, okay? Because there's a lot of deception around what you are going through. Some of you guys are going to think that it's spiritual attacks, and it's not necessarily that. Yeah, a lot of people pray for your downfall, but you guys are a lot stronger than that. Your enemies cannot hold a candle to what you have going on. They are not equipped or acquainted with any of those facts. I'm going to say that again, okay? They're not equipped or acquainted. Your enemies have been going through a lot of justice, so they're like not really anywhere in sight. Yeah, they're like, oh, they're complaining in the corner. They are complaining that you are still doing great and still doing good, but all of this, what the is going on and being concerned, is about you getting rid of these shadow aspects that do not work in your life and will not work as you put on your royal crown. Your royal contract will not put up with those bad habits. those tendencies that die hard, okay, it's not going to work. And I've been noticing this a lot in the collective. And I don't want to upset anybody, but this is my opinion. We've been going through so much the last 3-4 years. Thank you, Royal. Thank you for your donation. We've been going through so much the last 3 to 4 years that anytime some ish goes left, we're like, who do I blame? I gotta blame somebody. Oh, this ish just happened. Now, a lot of the time, there is somebody to blame. Let's be so for real. A lot of the time, there is someone to blame. But with what's going on in this shift, this 3 to 4 month shift, that is your spiritual awakening, point 2, okay, 2.0, that is taking you from spiritually enlightened to royal, mother effing royal. This is about shadow work and you transforming and being okay with not knowing everything that's going to unfold and being a little bit uncertain. This is us working through those habits that we don't want to work through. This is showing us where we don't blame ourselves. Okay? And so I've been seeing this play out a lot in the collective. Is there's an issue that happens, there's an issue that unfolds, and we immediately are like, that's somebody's fault. That so-and-so did that. But right now, the reason why this ish hasn't been going away, like the spell work, like the witchcraft, like all the other lessons that we go through, is because this lesson is just especially for us. It is specifically for us to pivot, to get up out of the mud, to dig deeper, because this is our mess. Okay, let's literally think about that. Is it the ops mess that we don't want to quit smoking? No. Okay? Is it the ops mess that we are doing things a certain way in our life, whether it's our health or how we love? Yeah, it would be easy to blame them. Too easy. But we are being shown where we have to be honest with ourselves, authentic with ourselves, and knowing that God is sorting out the rest. Those mother effers could never. You've been through so much in the last 3 to 4 years in protecting yourself that if this message is for you, then you understand exactly what I'm talking about. Okay? You are ready to put your crown on. You're like, I can't blame them. Like, I can't blame them. Like, justice, Wheel of Fortune, Judgment, the Star, the Lovers, and the Ace of Swords. You are not the one to F with. And your enemies are always effing around and finding out. You are constantly changing people's minds about you. So when they think they're going to sort you out from head to toe, they get sorted, spun around, and now they're dizzy. And now they want to be your bestie. You're an earth angel, okay? You are an earth angel. Those people would love to think that whatever you're going through is because of them. And if it was, the roof over their head would be gone. The food from their table would be gone. Their favorite child would be gone. You are not the one. You are not the one. My enemies are constantly being sorted out. They don't have time, okay? They can pray and complain. Like, oh my gosh, I wish that they wouldn't be thriving and striving and still getting up in the morning. I will rise every mother effing day. They are not going to stop me. If anything, I can get in my own way, all on my own. My higher power is the divine, the most high, and God don't play about me. We are not here to empower our enemies and our ops, but yes, spiritual attacks are real. The spiritual W is real, but that isn't today's lesson, okay? That isn't today's lesson. Your enemies have been being dealt with, and they don't like it, okay? They've been getting a little spanking. They're getting put in timeout. Their stability is being removed and messed with. Their family's getting turned upside down. They're like, oh, my kids are misbehaving and they're not listening to me. And my favorite golden child's being a POS. Well, that's what you get when you F around and find out. Okay? Thank you, Kyrie. That's what you get when you F around and find out. Today's lesson is us changing our perspective and us not gaslighting ourselves that everything is fine. Everything is awesome. Okay, like the Lego movie. Everything is awesome. It's not. We are being shown where we get in our own way and where we lie to ourselves, and we are getting to the root of why we're not feeling our best. We are getting to the root cause of why we are not feeling our best. But again, pay attention. You're going to see this in the collective. You're going to see it in the media. You're going to see it in the public happening, that an issue unfolds and everyone's like, it's their fault. Everyone has got their own mess to sort out right now. So anybody coming over into your lane while you're sorting out your mess, they better freaking pray. They better freaking pray. You are in your own lane, minding your business, sorting out mess. Everybody needs to be in their own lane, sorting out their messes. Okay? And people aren't doing that because a lot of people around you are not ready. They're not ready. They still want to be codependent or dependent or reliant on another one's word or love for their happiness. We are not going to rely on anyone or anything for our happiness. We are going to dig deep from within and pull it up out of this well that has been depleted for the longest time because of us putting others before us. Okay? We are seeing where we have deceived ourselves. Like, we've had a lot of lessons about people spiritually attacking us. But today, unfortunately, is not that lesson. It's about our egos. It's about our persona, the character that we're developing, where we feel like, or maybe shortcomings, habits that we just don't need anymore. We are being put in a spiritual timeout that is a lot longer than we would like it to be because we need to understand to the umpteenth degree that we are needed in this world and it's not a joke. Okay, we are needed in this world and it's not a joke. So within a few days, you are going to start to feel your fire again. There are going to be specific messages that you guys get. Maybe you'll hear the first message and then get 2 or 3 confirmations. God, the divine and the Most High will be speaking to you through movies and song. Signs and synchronicities. Stoking this fire, like, hey, you're going to get your fire back. Don't you give up on yourself. Okay? Don't you give up on yourself. There will always be snakes. There will always be devils. There will always be new levels, but we know just what to do with them. You feel me? We know just what to do. And they don't like that. Okay? It's like, oh, I gotta do it. And they're like talking ish in the corner. You're like, I'll get to you later. Okay? And before you can even get to them, they have been relocated. Okay? They have been relocated. You guys are gonna see signs and synchronicities like nobody's business. Now, I was at softball last night and I saw something a little bit disturbing, but I really want to know what the spiritual meaning of this is. If you guys, hold on. Whoa. If you guys can tell me what the meaning of seeing a bird's head, okay? I saw a pigeon's head. Just the head. Like, on the sidewalk, leaving softball. I was like, and I turned around to my friend and I was like, girl, what's going on right there? And she's like, oh, you didn't see the foot? It was like way over there. And I was like, no, I did not. No, I did not. I didn't see that. Hold on. This device is like overheating. Can you guys see me okay? Are we good? I was like, I had never seen anything where the head, it was just like laying on the side. I was like, blood all over the sidewalk. If there is a meaning for that, well, I didn't get to look it up, but let me know, you guys, if anybody wants to share what the meaning of that is, because I feel like the signs are loud right now. It's just us and the divine. And we really need to sort out the people that are there for us and the people that care about us and love us. And we need to see that, like, they need us. They need us. So again, through movies, music, signs, and synchronicities, you guys are going to be seeing the loudest messages that you can't unsee. When we saw that, I was like, I can't unsee that. I can't unsee that. It was crazy. It was like, I thought it was fake at first. And then I had to look over and I was like, oh, there's some, okay. But it was just like, so like, just the head just like laying on, I was like, what? Period. Thank you, Draconic Priestess. I don't think so. I feel like there's just a lot going on in this park. Like, it's a park. There's a lot of birds, a lot of pigeons, cats, dogs, like chasing other things. So I really don't think it was that. But I was like, whoa. A cat is coming for that later. Seeing a pigeon's head can be interpreted. Thank you, Sarah, and thank you for being a member. Can be interpreted in a few ways depending on the culture and personal beliefs, but generally it symbolizes a message of peace, hope, and a new beginning due to the association. Hi, Nina. I was like, what? I don't want to know what a bird's head means. It reminded me of like Dumb and Dumber, like our pets' heads are falling off. Like, it reminded me of that. Okay, let me get a different deck for you guys. Okay, we have nope. People trample over flowers, yet only to embrace a cactus. These people, they thought they were going to get through to you. Okay? They don't realize this fire that you hold. You're getting your fire back, bestie. Yes, you are. These people, to try to get to you, they did the most. They broke their piggy bank. They paid practitioners. They paid for readings. They bought a tarot deck. They did all types of things to try to get to you. They trampled over all the flowers and all the daisies. And when they got to you, they got to a bunch of cactus, okay? They got dealt with. This is like thinking they're going to get to you and getting dealt with skunks, dragons, a moat. They can't get over. Okay? It's a no. It's a never. It is a no. It's a never. Okay. The tide has come. Act now. We are but glistening bursts of foam swaying on the majestic waves of time. You're also starting to understand that, like, life is really short. You know, we're not promised tomorrow. So we're really going to start living like, okay, well, if this was my last day on earth and my funeral was tomorrow, how am I going to live out today? But I'm getting that you guys are going to be here for a lot longer than that because I have the castle. I have so much here about your royalty. That shows me just through the symbols that you have staying power. So you are needing to believe that you are the nutcracker, no pun intended, but pun intended. Okay, we have the nutcracker here. We have the Trojan horse. We have the chili pepper. These people are going to get all the smoke. You have staying power. What you're doing isn't going to go anywhere, but you are needing to believe that. The show must go on. Everybody makes mistakes. That's why they put erasers on the pencils. Homer Simpson. Okay. The divine is telling us, like, hey, I know you're mad that things aren't ending or they're going a certain way, but you're going to work through this. It's going to be a big, pivotal moment in your life. Truth. But he who dares not grasp the thorn shall never crave the rose. That is a big confirmation. There were so many people that thought they could get the roses without the thorn. They don't want to go through the school of hard knocks. People don't understand, maybe, not all people, but some of your biggest, longest standing enemies, probably family members, people you worked with a long time. But these people will never understand why you are still glistening, why you are still standing, why you are still shining. They just don't get it. And it's because you'll put this thorn in your mouth. You don't care. You've been through it a time or three. This is not your first rodeo. You've been there, done that, got the t-shirt, but now you are understanding the assignment. Okay? Now you are understanding the assignment. Like, okay, it's going to be a little bit thorny in here. It's going to be a little bit pokey. But I will get the rose. And these people, they don't want to do the work. They don't want to do the work. Not all of us get like a fast track. Okay, let me give you guys an example. Some people could be an influencer for like a decade before they go viral or before they go big or, you know, get the type of recognition that they think they deserve. But some people can get it in like 3 months. You know what I mean? You guys are starting to see like, you don't have to be fast-tracked just because other people are. And you're not going to compare yourself like, well, Susie just started and like, I'm a veteran here. Shouldn't I be further than Susie? Do you know what I mean? So you are really starting to see yourself as like, I'm on a different path. You are on the path of Saturn lessons and the divine. You have the best teachers, okay? You have the universe teaching you. You have spirit teaching you. All of these teachers are showing you that you are going to stand the test of time. And even some of the people that have been fast-tracked, they might not be here in 10 years, okay? Some people, if they don't really have to work for it at a steady climb, when they get that overnight fame, those overnight manifestations, they're like, well, I don't have the discipline for this. I'm not ready to do any of this. But you guys will. Are you picking up what I'm putting down? You guys will have the discipline and you will be able to coast because you have been through this repetitive hamster wheel over and over and over again to teach you, hey, we don't need to be doing that. Okay, we need to look at these shadow aspects, see where our ego does not serve us, and always stay prayed up and strapped, okay? Some of these people that get it like lickety split, they're not going to be here as long as you. Think about that. They're not going to be here as long as you. Think about your workplace. People that rose fast. They came in, it was like all like big and like, oh, they're going to be the biggest thing ever. And they ain't around no more. And they're not even around anymore. Maybe your bosses brought in fresh meat. This is a perfect example. They bring in someone green or they bring in fresh meat to like stir the pot. Like all of you guys are going to be put in your place because we're bringing in newbies. Then they try to put the newbies on a pedestal. Like everybody worship the newbie. You guys are all shit at your job. We have all been there. And then the newbie that rose to fame so fast in the workplace is nowhere to be seen. Is nowhere to be seen. Where are they at now? Riddle me what? If you know what I'm talking about, affirm it below. Riddle me what? You ain't heard peeps. You don't know where they're at because these people were brought in to replace you. You are the star, but you don't play by their rules. Okay? Yes, Draconic Priestess. Yes, riddle me what? Riddle me what? Riddle me what? Yeah. These people, they were brought in to replace you. How many of us have had our hours cut, our shifts cut? We're getting random days off because they're like, oh, we have to give that to Johnny. Oh, yeah, Susie needs those hours too. And we're like, they just got here. They're new. Where are those people at now? How does that not show you how divinely protected you are? Where are those mother effers at now? I'll wait. Okay? Where are they at now? You didn't wish ill on them. You didn't get jealous. It maybe hurt you even financially, and you were just like, I mean, if you guys think they're about to be the bee's knees, go for it. Go ahead. They are nowhere to be found. 90% of them are nowhere to be found. Some of the biggest narcissists in your life are being dealt with, but they are trying to hide the fact that they are being dealt with. Capiche? They're like, oh my gosh, my life is so great. It's not great. It's not freaking great. I freaking hate. Like, you be hearing through the grapevine that their whole life is falling apart. But when you see them, they're like, everything's great over here. Thank you, Jeanette. You just described my workplace perfectly. They be doing that. They're like, we need to keep everybody on their toes. Bring in the newbies. And you're like, who are these? They ain't gonna last. They don't have the stamina. They don't have the gravitas, the ancient Roman virtue. They don't have the vigor, the strength, they don't got none of that. They don't got none of that. Okay? They just want to make you feel incompetent, like undeserving. And you, again, tale as old as time, you're still going to be here until God relocates you. So some of you guys are planning your exit strategy. You guys are planning your exit strategy, and all of the heavy lessons, like whether you guys are looking at your birth chart or, whatever your guys' belief system is, you're just seeing where you do value these hard lessons. Now, is this a fun, thing that you might have been going through? For those of you guys that already affirmed it at the beginning of the live stream, no, it's not necessarily fun. But you are going to help heal the world. You make an impression on people. You change people's minds. You really put things into perspective. You guys are always shocking people, baffling them, stunning them. So all of these things is you guys being on this spiritual training ground because you are special forces and you will be the best. I got this dog tag here. And it shows me that you are part of a special force. You are that royal person that's got all the glitz, all the stars, all the stripes. And they're like, oh my gosh, like how many honors and things that they got going on? All of it. You guys deserve it. Always remember you are braver than you believe, stronger than you seem, smarter than you think, and more loved than you know. That's what you guys are learning this week. Oh, I am more loved than I know. People do really appreciate me, and I haven't been feeling my best. I haven't been feeling the greatest. Choose who you are transparent with. Know that your ops are being dealt with. Understand the task at hand, which is whatever issues you've been putting on the back burner. If you've been putting rest on the back burner, that is your lesson. If you've been putting partying or toxic relationships on the back burner, that is your lesson. You guys already know. Class is in session. You understand the assignment. You feel me? I love it. I love it. I love it. I love it. Like, you guys could be going through like some serious ish and people are like, oh my gosh, they look like they're winning. You guys got people mad. But they have to stay in their lane right now. They have to stay in their lane. I feel like for the most part, you guys are only going to hear some gripings through the grapevine, but they can't affect you. Let me give you an example. There is somebody that wanted to have beef with me, right, at work. And this person shouldn't want beef with me because I've been really nice to them. I encouraged them getting a promotion. I supported them getting a promotion. Even though when I first met this person, I was always having to kick them out of the bar because they were a disgruntled employee. They were really going through things and they were being very disruptive and blacking out in the place of business. So I'd have to kick her out all the time. Like, you can't be in here freaking hanging out. A couple weeks ago, she gets in trouble for something and then she rats me out. Like, well, Brittany doesn't. Girl, what? Guess what happened? That girl doesn't have a job anymore. She got fired on Monday. What day is it? Okay? She got fired on Monday. Don't come for me if I did not send for you. You have to know your power and what God does for you. These people, they be typing and scheming in the background. They are getting dealt with because they didn't have good intentions. I had supported her family business. I'd always been supportive of her in her sobriety and encouraged her. And what did she do? She was trying to get me in trouble so she could get my hours, so she could get my shifts, so she could be real sneaky. You feel me? And she lost her job this week. And that's very sad. That is very sad that only a couple days after, not even a week after her tattling, bad things started happening. And now she doesn't work there. And she's been working there on and off for a very long time. And she will not be getting hired again. I don't know. I don't even know what happened. I just know that God goes hard for me. You guys you win every day. Every day you don't wish harm on them, you're winning. Every day you're praying to forgive them, you're winning. Every day you're grateful to rise out of your bed, you're winning. And even on the days you're not freaking grateful and you're mad, you're winning. Your ancestors and the divine, they understand your frustrations. They understand when you're like, I'm not happy right now. I'm not okay. And I'm not grateful. And I'm mad. Okay? They understand. But know this, bestie, those that have been trying to direct their ickety ick your way, they're being relocated, humbled, okay? They are being relocated and humbled. Anybody trying to create a weather disaster for you, they're being relocated and humbled. Okay. Wow, big confirmation. You are about to be sprung on this spiritual change. What you are walking towards is feeling like, again, like that new feeling when you first went through your spiritual awakening. We're not maybe feeling that right now, but this is what is going to be on the agenda for this week. There is a change coming. There's a change for the better coming your way. Anything you do to increase your money, your wealth, your prosperity will be helping you guys. But I feel like we've been truly humbled the last few months. Okay? Let's get you guys some advice before I get out of here. I feel like you guys are going to be getting random bits of money. Be paying attention to that. Because I got the 50 in one of your guys' charms. You're going to get unexpected wishes. I know I said this already, but you're going to be getting unexpected wishes even though you're not rocking at a high vibration. Remember those cheat codes? Like, it doesn't always have to be high, high, high up. It can come from a whole bunch of pain. Okay? You guys turn lemons into sunshine. We have you are not alone. Okay? You are not alone. You are realizing who your real friends are. You are realizing who your real allies are. You are not alone. Yes, I love that, priestess. You never know someone's spiritual ranking. winky face. I can't wink good or cute, but it reminds me of Mike and what's that wedding date movie? Mike and Dave need a wedding date. And she's like, wink, wink, nudge, nudge. And he's like, what are you doing? That's me. Don't look back. You're not going that way. I love that. Don't look back. You're not going that way. You're going to look forward. Because if you keep looking back this way, you're like, oh my gosh, why did I do that again? Why did I F it up again? We're so hard on ourselves. We are our worst critic. But yeah, some of these people, they're not familiar with your spiritual ranking. That's okay. Everything is about to fall into place for you. Enjoy the ride. You got this. I love this. It's Farrah Fawcett. You are getting ready to coast. Even though it's a bumpy ride, a little bit turbulent, you're going to coast. You're like, okay, now that I know that everyone around me is teaching me a valuable lesson through these shadow aspects and transits, I know that I have the discipline to stand the test of time. I am ready to coast. Let's put it in, I don't know if we get to put it in autopilot, but we know that everything will eventually fall into place. We have to do everything the right way to the best of our ability. That's the only thing that's going to really speed up the process. We are learning to enjoy the ride. I remember when I was going through my hardest times, especially this last time before my awakening, I don't know how I made it through. I mean, I do. I really had to lean on people when I don't like doing that. So when we're really going through it, we need to lean on our own understanding. We need to lean on our angels and our ancestors. Things that we don't normally do. We need to enjoy that ride. It's not going to be forever. It builds our testimony, our character. It makes you bad as, makes you bad AF. And then we have stay weird. Stay weird. You will be finding the answers that you seek. Okay? Yes, I love that. I will be celebrated. And then we have Christ consciousness. Now, this part won't be for everybody, but take it if it applies. I got I love Jesus in my charms. I've never gotten this before for you guys. So I got I love Jesus and Christ consciousness. I got a quote by John Lennon, which is the kingdom of heaven is within you. Okay, the kingdom of heaven is within you. I love that. So you are learning how to reconnect with Mother Earth, the divine, your loved ones. You are getting your fire back, and it's coming in hot. I want you guys to pay attention to the signs, and the synchronicities are going to be big and loud, very theatrical, to help you along, to give you those nudges that you are on the right track, even though it feels like, confrontational or weird or strained or annoying. You guys got this. You guys got this. I hope that this message helped you guys. I hope that it made sense because I feel like it was everywhere. But I know whoever it's for, you guys understand. And I appreciate you guys for being here. Let me see if I get any love messages for you guys. I haven't done that in a long time. Thank you, Priestess. I love you so much. Oh my gosh. I feel like we have the same type of energy. Oh, if you guys don't know about the Draconic Priestess, I never feel like I say that right, but I'm trying to say it right. She's one of my A1 day ones. I know a lot of you guys are already familiar, but if you're not familiar, you guys need to go check out her channel, okay? Because she's awesome. And I feel like we have a very similar sense of humor. But yeah, she's been supporting my channel for a very long time. And I watched a video, I think a couple months ago. One of my subscribers were like, hey, she just shouted you out. She was channeling a message. And it was about coveting people. And I was like, oh my gosh, this message is freaking fire. But I'm such a workaholic. I'm like, oh, I don't get to watch messages like I want to. And by the time I do that, I'm like, did I eat my dinner? Is it time to go to work again? What am I doing? Oh, thank you so much. Yeah, her channel is awesome. And I'm so grateful that you're still doing this. Like, it's not easy. Sometimes we don't get any acknowledgement or enough acknowledgement, or we don't feel like we're doing good enough because everyone could be flying past us. It takes a lot to genuinely love what you do and to be disciplined to continuously get up even when you're not being rewarded or it's not maybe going according to plan. A lot of us influencers or empaths or light workers, we have jobs too. Okay, we also have jobs. So the best way of supporting is, showing that you care, liking, sharing, subscribing. Those things are free, and they're a great support to the channel. But yeah, if you guys go over there, if you're not already on her channel, on her platform, show love, be respectful. I don't want to hear that anyone was over there being naughty, okay? But yeah, it's nice to have other influencers that, I don't know, I feel like it's not easy to be on here all the time. You get attacked, you deal with trolls. I've had other friends that it's really taken a toll on them. And I feel bad that, it's for some people and not for others. And unfortunately, like, yeah, not everyone wants to be here or wants to do it all the time. But you guys are figuring out where you belong. No matter where that is, you guys are figuring out where you belong. And I'm grateful for the people that are still here, grinding it out. I feel like sometimes, depending on what's going on in the collective, we're out here in the trenches. We're out here in the trenches. Yes, we're in this together. I love it. Yeah, I used to not share other content creators because I had so many stalkers when I first started my channel that if I shared a content creator, they would create so many channels and so many pages to attack anybody that I shouted out. So I used to be literally terrified to even have a bestie or a friend on social media because they would get attacked repeatedly. And I just felt like it was incredibly unfair. So I tried to really minimize that. And I don't do it because I want to do that. I do that to protect them and, not be like, well, Brittany shouted me out and then I got attacked for 2 weeks straight by some freaking weirdo. It's like, it's been a while since that's happened, but in case you guys are wondering or if you guys are new to my channel, I try to share a lot of other content creators on my members only because I feel like it's a smaller audience, it's more private, and I want people to be respectful. I want people to go there with love, But a lot of people know how to protect themselves. We're all grown-ups here, but you guys know what I mean. You guys know what I'm saying. Okay, love messages. Oh, this is very straightforward. Okay. Only take this if it applies. Yeah, people can get crazy. We have S you up. You guys can have a partner or person that you're dating that doesn't feel like they're getting enough intimate time. Okay, you're picking up what I'm putting down. They don't feel like they're getting enough time. Or they feel like they either feel like they're not getting enough time with you or they feel like they're not satisfying you enough. This is very straightforward. They might withdraw or increase their demand based on their self-worth. You might be putting this mother effer in their place, especially if they're trying to talk to you about infidelity. Okay? If this person engages in third-party situations and frequent affairs to satisfy their cravings, I don't feel like they're about to be yours for long. Okay, but that was very, very straightforward. Like, whoa, what? Because we don't normally get messages like that. We have clowning around. You guys can have an ex that after a very long time of clowning around and being, however, now want to come back and be like, okay, I'm done being a clown. What have you been up to now that you have your life together? I don't freaking stinking think so. I don't think so. They want to destroy. Okay, I forgot. I channeled this message this morning. So let me dissect this. There are people, not just exes. There are people that are maybe from high school, maybe even junior high, that might be sliding in your DMs. They might be messaging you. And they want to return because you've met somebody new. They don't even have to be an ex-lover. They could have been like an ex-friend, and they've always been very jealous, and they've always coveted things that you've had or relationships. They are returning to say, hey, what are you up to? Are you still married? Do you have kids? Like, are you happy? Are you guys still together? What are you doing? Do you want to come see my fancy new crib? Like, what have you been up to? People want to trump you. They want to one up what you're doing, and they want to bring you in so they can poach on your person and make you look bad or make your person look bad. These people, they want to destroy others' happiness. I literally got this message this morning right when I woke up, and I was like, I'll save that for later. And I forgot about it. But you might want to block these people if you have not blocked them already. Okay? They have a fake promise to move on. So this could have been a friend from childhood, your childhood. And they're like, oh my gosh, like, are you still mad about that one time I took your boyfriend? Let's move on. Bring your new man over. Let me talk to them. Let me show them my new house. No. They're not going to like what you have to say to them. Whoever that is, this clown, their fake promise to change. Oh, things are good now. We're better. Like, we're fine. No. My block list is longer than my friends list. I don't think so. And this person, really think about where their life is. Not that you're judging them. But this person wants to stunt on you. They want to clown you in front of people that value you and care about you. Meanwhile, they're on people's restraining orders. They're not allowed to see their kids. Their baby mothers and ex-spouses don't want nothing to do with them. I was like, no. There are two-faced people that have caused chaos in your younger years, and now they want to come see what you're up to. Huh? Russell, welcome to VIP subscribers. Yeah, we like our bubble. This person might not have, maybe you saw them at a funeral. Maybe you see them at events, reunions that you don't normally see them at. You don't really want anything to do with them. But maybe you only hear from them every decade. You might be hearing from some people you do not want to hear from. They really want to reconnect with you, but it's not for good reasons. Okay, they really want to reconnect with you, but not for good reasons. They could have caused some traumatic events. Somebody here that you are going to block could have caused some traumatic events. I am also getting that you could be dating someone that could have just lost a job. Or they are dealing with an illness or depression, and it's been putting a strain on your guys' relationship. And if that's the case, I'm so sorry. Someone here is dealing with a traumatic life event or a loss of a job or an illness, and it's been affecting your relationship. So you're really trying to work through that. In that case, this message is perfect for you, but it doesn't mean that it's easy. It doesn't mean that it's easy. Okay. Somebody could be trying to break up with you. And they want to try to soften the blow, or they want to make you do the breakup. Pay attention to that, okay? They move at a snail pace for a breakup, and you might know, like, okay, we're done here. This isn't going anywhere. This is not the type of commitment that I want. You move at a snail pace to commit and to break up. I can't. Anything else for love? Okay. There might be a person of interest that does not have their ish together. They seem very karmic to me. They make a lot of assumptions. They like to party a lot and lean into substances. They mask a lot of feelings. They lack communication skills and they're out of touch with reality. You guys have someone that could be trying to hit on you or talk to you or spit game, and you're going to be like, what? Huh? What is going on here? I don't know. That might be to show you something about your person if you have a person. Okay, anything else? I keep getting this for you guys. We got Lazy Lover. Maybe I got this on Patreon. You guys could be putting a lazy lover in their place. Telling them like they're not putting in enough effort at home. And this could be where all that delegating came in. Because maybe you try to do everything on your own. And you're like, no, I'm burdened by these daily chores. I'm becoming resentful. Help. Okay? Help is on the way. Because people can see that you're fed up, whether this is a roommate or a lover. Whoa. Okay. It's time for healing and not war. You guys try to stay grounded. Try to keep your stress levels down. It is time for things to be more calm and for us to ride out this wave, for us to ride out this storm. It's not time for us to be fighting with people and going head to head. I feel like stress will really take a toll on us more than normal. Stress is amplified right now. I don't know why. Something's going on in the transits, but stress is amplified. So be careful with that. I think in one of my last messages, I said, put your feetsies in the grass, okay? Hug a tree. We are finding different techniques and methods that really work with us. Maybe we've tried to take on too many new techniques and none of them really stuck. You're going to be figuring out which techniques stick for you. And you will be surprised that how many people in the collective are going through the same exact thing. So I hope that we're all praying for one another and cheering one another on. We don't have to have it all figured out and our vision board ready and our goals ready and just slaying them all. Like, F that. Like, that is not realistic right now. Not with what we're going through. Slow down and celebrate yourself more. Okay? If you guys are a busybody, a workaholic, you don't know how to chill. There's no chill button. I understand. But it is time for us to slow down and say, you know what? I've been really wanting to watch this new show. I'm going to watch that. I'm going to chill. It's hard to do that too when you have so many responsibilities or people like depending on you. So this is some guilt that you're really going to be working through. And it's another thing where you shouldn't have to feel so bad where you need to replenish yourself and really working on putting yourself first. Okay? So you're going to slow down and enjoy yourself more and celebrate yourself more as you are being celebrated this week. And you will be getting a lot of epiphanies and realizations. I told you guys, you're going to be getting a lot of epiphanies and realizations as you're watching movies, as you're listening to music. You're going to be like, oh, yeah, that makes sense. You're going to be getting ideas that way, inspiration that way. So brace yourself. Okay? I love you guys so, so much. If you guys are looking for exclusive content, link is down below for Patreon. Thank you guys for everyone that supports my channel. We are going to be doing a big giveaway at 100K subscribers. And thank you to the winners of the 95K winner of that giveaway. I can't speak English right now. But what I was going to say is, let me know how the initials apply and what type of omens and signs and synchronicities you guys have been seeing. Also, the spiritual assignment. On top of, if you guys have been seeing signs and synchronicities, let me know if you guys have been watching Game of Thrones, House of the Dragon, my favorites, and if you've been watching The Crown or The Empress on Netflix. I'm newer to Netflix. I know, guys. I have DirecTV. I've got Hulu, Stars, and other stuff. I don't even remember all the things. But I did not have Netflix. I'm late to the Netflix party. So I'm watching The Crown right now and The Empress, and I love it. I already watched The Gentleman, and I've been trying to like take time for myself and like pump the brakes. I have to energetically pump the brakes whether I want to or not. So thank you guys for being patient with my schedule. Whether you're on Patreon, members only, or YouTube, I appreciate you guys. Thank you, Cosmic, for your donation. And yeah, if you guys are on Patreon, all of that content is exclusive to Patreon, ad-free. There's an over 2-year library of content. And thank you guys for all of your support. Don't forget to smash the you-know-what, hit the bell, duh. You guys don't want to miss out. I look forward to speaking to you guys in the comments. I love talking to you guys about shows and signs and synchronicities and like if the initials meant anything to you. I just love hanging out with you guys. You guys are my besties and I just love you guys. Thank you guys. If you made it to the end, okay, if you guys made it to the end of this video, I want you guys to drop the carrot emoji down below, or I want you guys to let me know what is your favorite vegetable. Okay, what is your favorite vegetable, or drop the carrot emoji if you made it all the way to the end of this video, which I greatly appreciate. Goodbyes are so hard for me. Thank you to all my members, Patreon, my A1 Day Ones, and those of you that are just joining. I hope you guys enjoy the replay, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Bye, guys.